Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Manscaped.com and the Macoka City, Cork City. And yet again, we bring you another live weekly show. I was informed last week, apparently, that we had the longest running Irish wrestling podcast in Ireland. I don't know if that's true, but it could be true. I think it's over 3 years, so I have to look into that. But a fella called Pete messaged me saying that. So we're going to double check that. It could be an interesting theory. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I'm not sure. But we will have to find that out. But anyway, we are joined by the incredible Phil Conley, the incredible Lana, and of course, Dean O returns. He's back. He's with us right now. And guys, we're going to go straight into it. There has been breaking news. And first of all, that breaking news is apparently that CM Punk is injured and it's a serious injury. So, Phil, I'm going to go to you quickly. What's the story? Is it torn something? Is that the rumor or is it legit?
It's a torn triceps, and it looks like it's the same one that he had when he was in AEW, and he was out for months there, so it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Did
you?
Sad.
Yeah.
There was a video resurfaced after the Rumble where he was holding his arm. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, I literally have not seen a thing. Like, so you guys are the first to tell me about CM Punk, and I'm a little bit shook. So
Yeah,
I haven't seen a thing.
It's crazy. Yeah. So some fan had a video like where obviously Cody's in the ring and he's pointing at the Mania sign, but apparently Punk he's rubbing his arm and he just looks extremely pissed off. And then I was like, is it because obviously, Cody won, but obviously it's the injury. That's what it was.
Yeah. He waved off the doctor as well. Like that's something that just came out. So he waved off the doctor while that was going on.
Yeah, it's interesting. I generally think no, because obviously Punk, like I was assuming he was going to face Rollins at Mania.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win the Chamber. In my head, I was like, he's going to win Chamber, and it's going to be him and Seth at Mania. And now it's like, what's going to happen now?
Yeah, if it changes, surely that means Phil and Dino and Lana that look, maybe Damian Priest is going to somehow cash in now because they're going to have to eliminate that.
I actually completely forgot he had the briefcase. Completely.
The booking of the briefcase at this point isn't what's needed. Just get rid of it at some point.
Yeah. But it would make sense.
Like they had 100% something that would have made sense on Monday before the Rumble. Seth coming out saying, "Oh, I'm going to be injured for Mania." Damian Priest cash in, win it, and then have something. Like
the briefcase has a major role to play, but not yet.
I have a feeling JD has something done with that briefcase. Like, did you see the way he bought out a new briefcase and the old briefcase was just given to JD? What if the contract is with Finn, and JD and Finn are in cahoots about a plan?
Man, plot twist galore.
I think the briefcase is going to be at WrestleMania.
No?
I think so. I think Cody's getting screwed over.
After he wins. Phil, the story has to end.
The never-ending story of Cody Rhodes.
I don't even care about the story anymore.
I want to get this theory. Phil, what's this theory of Cody being screwed?
It's very much going to happen, I believe.
By who?
Damian Priest is going to just cash in after he beats Reigns.
Wouldn't it make more sense though of Rollins versus Punk, and Rollins gets done what happened to him, like he done the heist of the century a few years ago. What if the heist of the century happens again, but on Seth Rollins this time?
Yeah.
I prefer that than Cody.
Yeah, that's why I love doing the podcast, because now like I came in with a mindset that like, oh yeah, Cody's gonna win at Mania, and then but now on my head's scrambled. We've all had different theories here, and Dino's one is interesting, Phil's one's interesting. I think me and Lana are just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think my whole thing with Cody and Roman, or just Roman in general, I'm just so uninterested in anything that man does. After Cody lost last year at Mania, I don't even care. I don't care if he finishes the story or not. Like, I'm going to bed. Like, it's just so uninteresting to me now. So like, win, lose, draw, whatever, I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's an interesting one. We're going to go obviously into the Royal Rumble, guys. The Royal Rumble my initial thoughts was that the ladies was better than the men's. Now,
Yeah.
I'm still going to say it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm still in agreement that it was. Now, I'm happy with the outcome. Well, I'm happy with the outcome of the Royal Rumble, given Cody won again. But what was your thoughts, Lana, on the Royal Rumbles, first of all? We'll talk the ladies one first. What was your thoughts on the winner and I suppose some of the surprise announcements that happened and, the people that came out?
I loved the Women's Royal Rumble, and I absolutely loved the fact that not one single legend came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really just showcased that there is women there. Women can put on a good show. You don't need to rely on the legends all the time. The fact that they brought out not only someone from TNA, but the TNA Women's Knockout Champion, like that was insane. Like I like it was one of the best moments. Between that and I think Jay Cargill completely stole that Rumble, like completely stole the show. Like I really thought, I loved what they did with Nia Jax. They really showed that she was just this absolute like beast and that no one could get her out. And I just think what they did with Jade really solidified her as like a serious competitor. Obviously the Bianca and Jade moment, like that was insane. I just love the Women's Rumble. I thought it was really good. I thought Chelsea Green did really good. Even R-Truth, like love that. I just really enjoyed the Women's Royal Rumble. I could have skipped over Logan and Paul, could have skipped over the Reigns match. And the men's was good. I don't think it was as good as the women's, but it was good.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement 100%. I think for me, definitely the ladies was better, more enjoyable. Phil, what was your thoughts on the Women's Royal Rumble and obviously the men's one? It was pretty cool.
The women's was probably the best women's one.
Of all time.
Of all of them, yeah. Like I think there was just a lot of cool moments and the right person won.
Yeah.
So it was really good. R-Truth was we were like shaking our heads going, what was the point of Sarah Logan?
I dislike her so much. Like so much. The best part of her coming out was Michael Cole going on about the antlers on her head. That was the best part.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like her.
But R-Truth trying to tag in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad.
But no, there's just been news there on CM Punk again, just there a second ago. He is going to be out for 6 months.
That's a long time. That's mania gone, lads.
Mania gone, yeah.
SummerSlam. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, SummerSlam's gone as well. So Survivor Series again?
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
The second injury on the same injury, it might be time he might be coming to an end.
I'm trying to recall how he got injured because like he looked fine. Was it the elimination or something? Maybe I don't know.
I think it was. He went for the GTS, and the GTS just done something. He's like, I think Punk needs to get rid of the GTS at some point. Like he's getting people there that might be bigger than him, and like I know he's a strong dude and all, but like the GTS is gonna get older and older. Like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Spot on. It's interesting. Like, do you know what was the story with the Royal Rumble in the sense of what did you think? Like, it's I didn't rate the men's Royal Rumble, I'm gonna be honest. I rated the outcome, but for you, what was it like? And if you compare the women's and the men's?
I think there should have been a bit of a more hype built on Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, because that was actually officially Braun Breaker's main roster call-up. Like, that has been confirmed, it was his main roster call-up. So, there should have been a bit more put on him. Like, this is Rick Steiner's son. Give it a bit more, like, it was just underwhelming. Then, I think Sarah Logan's spot, I feel like, should have been given to Aoife. Just call her up for at least one show from NXT, like.
I put myself out there all week in the last month, lads. I was absolutely banking on Aoife Valkyrie to be in that, and I'm absolutely pissed off because she's the NXT champion. I even said she could have been in it last year. She's that good, but they didn't put her in, and I put myself out there saying she was going to be in it. I was fairly certain of it, but it never happened. And you look at Sarah Logan and that elimination. It's just it's an absolute piss take,
And I feel like Cody winning the Rumble as well was a bit of a kind of downer moment in my opinion. Like, I feel like I feel like it should have been either Punk or Gunther, and then have an elimination chamber and have Cody at the chamber instead. I just think 2 years in a row is just underwhelming. I feel.
But I think that's the point. Aren't they trying to like build him up? I think I don't know who said it, but I don't know if it was Cole or Graves, but they were talking about they were trying to compare Cody to Steve Austin. And the last time that it was Steve, like back to back winning. I'm like, hold on, we're not gonna put Cody Rhodes and Steve Austin in the same pedestal. Like that, like let's not do that. But I think they're trying to show that like it's very important that he did that, I guess.
But Steve Austin's double winning, wasn't that something that led into him versus The Rock, or that's?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't either, because it just feels weird that if it was that time leading into like Steve Austin versus The Rock, it just feels like a mirror now having Cody versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I suppose he is their guy though. Like I'm actually still pissed off that Austin won the 1997 Royal Rumble. It was fucking Bret Hart that really won that. But anyway,
well, I blame Sean losing his smile. So
yeah, because Austin was fucking eliminated. That was never changed. But anyway, I think Cody's the guy they're trying to push forward. I have this weird feeling that Roman is going to take a big break, guys. I think that break is coming after Mania. No,
but if he has a break now, like we're not going to see Roman between now and Mania. Like this is when Roman wrecks my ball, because like he's not going to be on anything. He's not booked for Elimination Chamber. He's not going to do another title defense between now and Mania. Like
what actually pisses
Roman's on a break.
What even pisses me off more is Corey. I don't know which of the commentators said it. It's like, oh, you want to see the champ defend more often? Tough. Just watch the shows. It's like just a slap in the face. Like, you're a champion. Show up. Like,
it's mad.
Like, even on the Irish scene, our champs show up and do work constantly. Like Owen Richards is going like on a tear in RCW. So like he thought he had a match against Moose. Now he's against Haskins. He's not saying, oh, I don't want this match, and being like Roman Reigns and disappearing for months at a time. He is defending, but like that's something Roman should do. Even if it is on just a premium live event, have him on more premium live events.
But
like if he's a part-timer.
It shows like just the predictability of it as well. Like we know, even if Roman was to be on the Elimination Chamber, we all know there's not a hope in hell he's losing a title at Elimination Chamber.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's just like the whole booking around Roman is just Oh look, I could talk about Roman for fucking hours.
Yeah, it is so predictable though. Like, and I'm glad you mentioned the likes of Owen Richards and Sammy Doyle. It's like Sammy D, obviously OTT champion. You have Owen Richards, RCW champion. They defend the titles every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? They're on social media every single day. So like it's they should take, like, Roman should take a leaf. Now, are they protecting him? Is it just a case of, look, he's got that? He's been the champion for so many days. I don't know, but look.
What I'm worried about with that is Bruno Sammartino. Are they going to do that and book it to the point where he's on a Bruno Sammartino race?
Well, I think Phil is actually in favour. I think Phil is saying
I want him to win. Yes, I wanted to keep going. I'm a firm believer of if you build up Braun Breaker, you could have Braun break him.
I think
Braun Breaker to beat Roman Reigns.
Not now, but
that's going to be years away.
Yeah, a year from now.
They need to change his presentation though first. Yeah. Like I think even if it's just Braun Steiner, so have the reference to the Steiners at least.
Yeah.
Just, like, don't Breaker. Why?
The hottest guy should always be the champion.
Who?
The hottest guy should always be the champion.
Oh, I was like, I thought you said that was the name of a person. I was like, who's
that? No.
Yeah. It's not like, well, let's be honest. When Braun, he came out to I'm not going to go into detail, but apparently he replaced Brock Lesnar. He came out, and he done a very good job.
I think he did. Yeah.
The story that came out today, Brock Lesnar could be done.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
I think that's been confirmed.
Yeah.
But so done in WWE, yeah.
It'd be very hard for him to come back anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he want to come back anywhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think I also want to kind of mention something about the Rumble and WWE's whole team song business.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why is it so generic? Like, go back to like CFO days and Jim Johnson. We have some iconic team music. Like, I was
Yeah.
watching the Rumble. The only team songs I recognized were Jordan Grace's, CM Punk's, and Cody. The rest were just a blur of noise.
Yeah. That's
I
a
like
good
this.
point. That's a
This
good
is
point.
We
this
were
is
the same. We didn't know who was coming out sure half the time.
Yeah,
like
because
this is
we were doing watch-alongs, so we had our phones ready to see reaction, and like the wrestler was halfway to the ring, and we're like, "Who the fuck is that?" But obviously we knew because we could see him. But it was like for the first 10 seconds, we're like, "Who's that?"
like Jade has her AEW team from what I can gather. Because that
Yeah.
it just sounds like her AEW team, or
It is, I think, yeah, because they get to keep them. I don't think Tony Khan was smart enough to do the
well,
whole copyright
no,
shit.
I actually like that though. Because if a wrestler from AEW wants to keep that team song, like leave him keep it. It's a good thing for like characters and all that.
Yeah, I'm in agreement to that. Definitely, definitely. But yeah, it's yet again. Look, we're baffled here. CM Punk injured. The Royal Rumble, Bailey won the women's. Cody Rhodes wins the men's. We don't know what Damian Priest is going to do. I want to talk about Becky Lynch because she's one of our own. We're going to mention JD McDonough in a bit because JD got his first Rumble in the bank, and that was important. And obviously Balor was there as well. No speaking of Sheamus, which is it down to injury? Is it down to something? I don't know. No Pete Dunne, which was interesting. But in regards to the women's one, right, we're going to mention obviously Jade. And we've seen that obviously that stare off with Bianca Belair. Lana, that was an interesting stare off, and that is something that could be absolute box office.
Yeah, 1000%. I really, really think so. I think they just need to build it correctly, and I hope they do. I know you mentioned Becky Lynch. Why does it feel like she was literally just thrown around that ring? Like I feel like she did nothing.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about Becky Lynch, like you're thinking like one of the top dogs. I feel like she really didn't do much in that match, or maybe I was just like watching. I don't know what I was watching, but I just didn't feel like I was watching Becky Lynch. Not the Becky Lynch I know.
You're
I think
right though.
a lot of that is that she's around too long and people are tired.
Yeah.
They
Possibly, yeah.
theirs, yeah.
But even when she got eliminated, it was like we didn't even see that part.
No.
You know? It was kind of like she was eliminated, and it was like, oh, Becky Lynch is gone, and we're like, what the fuck?
Well,
yeah.
The news has just broke on what CM Punk's injury is. It's a torn tricep. So
Yeah, that's serious injury. Like that's that's a nasty injury. That's nasty injury. You know, not as bad as Cody Rhodes' pec though.
they made a figure of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
No.
Yeah, they did.
The Funko Pop is not out yet.
No, they made an official WWE Elite figure as well.
All right, there's a Funko Pop as well coming out.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was your thoughts on Jordynne Grace, Lana? She's obviously a specimen and a half, but like she's an athlete. She just her transformation the last 4 years has been incredible. Where she looked the real deal. Even her elimination when Bianca Belair pretty much snapped her in half off the side of the ring was mad. But like she is probably someone Triple H is looking at right now, saying, "Yeah, look, we've got to sign this girl."
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
In a way, like I hope Triple H, like obviously they're building a relationship now with TNA. I hope Triple H doesn't decide just to poach everyone from TNA, because TNA is doing really, really well, and I'm enjoying TNA. Like it doesn't have everyone doesn't have to be in WWE.
Yeah.
They don't have to. And this little back and forth and like the little forbidden door thing, like let's just do that every now and then. And I think it really showcased Jordynne Grace. If you didn't know who Jordynne Grace was before Saturday night, you know her now. Yeah. And I think it just really opens more wrestling fans to the fact that there's so much more wrestling out there other than WWE. I think she did really, really well for herself. She lasted a really long time as well. So I was thrilled. I'm really happy. And her and Ivy did really well as well, I think.
Yeah, I love Ivy. She's really cool.
The only disappointment I had with the women's is the Maxine Dupree looked, I don't know, as an intentional, but she looked all out of sorts.
Yeah, she did. She looked
Remember,
baffled.
I remember I said to you, the commentators were saying, "Oh, she's very improved," and the next thing she did was a big botch.
Yeah, she was nervous, and it's Jesus being in the spotlight. What was the capacity again? Was it
48,000, I think.
Yeah, and then you have probably over 100 million watching it, maybe.
It's
Is that bad?
hard to know.
Yeah, you probably would, I suppose. You know, how many people live in
Worldwide,
America?
yeah, worldwide.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy to think that she's under all that pressure. But yeah, she's got a big future. I know.
Yeah.
She's up and comer, but she will do well definitely. Dino, Naomi came back. She was the second entrant. I think we almost missed the entrance because we were waiting for Apache Pizza to come, and the delivery driver couldn't find the house, so we all kind of had to leave to find the fucking driver, and that went tits up because we only got half our food. He never brought the other half, and then we waited another hour and a half for the other half of the food. But anyway, Naomi came out. We didn't get to react because we were too busy trying to get our food. But she was emotional, lads, and
Yeah.
I think she's probably back. Is she? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's confirmed she's back.
That's back.
I think her TNA contract was up. She done a few dates with them, and then she went over to WWE. I think if it was still the TNA, like her in TNA, it would have been. Oh, I know she would have been referenced as Naomi, but like she would have been referenced as Trinity as well.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Can you see her being in the bloodline? Is it too late? Is there something they could do with her? Maybe repackage her and bring up, like, obviously she got the old name or the new name. I don't know, but would you put her into the bloodline, lads?
I think it's coming to an end, so I think it's too late.
There was a time though. There was a time it could have worked.
Yeah, I think the time around the Civil War thing.
Yeah.
That probably would have been the right time for her. And even now with Jay and Jimmy, I really, really wanted Jay and Jimmy. And now I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah. No. In agreement. The face-off was nice, obviously.
Yeah.
That was one of the predictions we got right, the first two. But like, I think, I don't know. It's gone on for so long now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to compare it to the Bullet Club at the moment. It's just.
Hey, I'm very protective over the Bullet Club. Hey.
I think I'm hoping that by the end of this thing, it's gonna the bloodline is getting boring, and I feel like the whole storyline with I can compare them with the Bullet Club. I just feel like the storylines are getting boring at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Dino, what was your predictions prior to the Rumble? And don't say Cody and don't say Bailey.
I was actually saying Gunther and the Women's Rumble. I was actually saying, are we going to see something crazy and have someone, I was saying Rhea Ripley win it and go after the NXT champ?
Yeah.
I feel kind of the belt collector Rhea Ripley. Because I feel like that's kind of something that hasn't been done with a Rumble, where a champ entered the Rumble, won the Rumble, and then challenged someone else and won a belt. That could be an interesting thing for a Rumble.
No, I love it. Definitely. I love it. Lana, who was your predictions prior to the Rumble?
I said Cody, and then I was convinced that AJ Lee was coming back. Like, I had myself convinced. So I was a little bit shocked. I was shocked, but I also wasn't upset that they didn't have that magic Royal Rumble surprise moment. Like, there was no one that nothing happened, I think, in that Rumble that was a really shocking moment. You know, I feel like they built up the Rumble to be the place for returns, the place for surprises. Anything can happen, and I feel like that Rumble was a good Rumble. Everyone that won should have won. It all makes sense, but there just wasn't that sparkle from a Rumble that you'd usually get. But I had said AJ Lee. I really, really wanted her to come back, but obviously not. And Cody Rhodes. They were my original picks.
Yeah, we thought AJ Lee was coming back as well. Every time we done the entrance and the watch along, we kept saying, well, Matt Murphy kept saying AJ Lee, and I was saying Aoife Valkyrie. So we did think she was coming back.
I actually made a joke about it being if AJ Lee came back, she'll get a new theme song. We don't know it's her. Like,
Oh
that,
no, it has
that,
to be. It has to be her original.
but no, they're who done her original team? I think they have a weird situation going on with the guy that made the old team songs and the new ones. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's a court battle and a half apparently. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, no, it's yeah. I hope she does come back in the near future. You know, it's an interesting time. I'm sure they'll offer her a contract at some stage, but hopefully she does come back. She's still very young. She
Yeah.
was so good when she left. I think the fans would love her back as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully we do see that. Phil, what was your best moment in the women's rumble and the best moment in the men's? So anything that stood out for you?
I think the standoff between Bianca and Jade, that match has to happen.
Yeah. Will it happen at Mania?
Again, but we've talked about this before. They don't know how to book without belts. So
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued to see where this goes.
This is their chance to show that they can.
Yeah.
But even Jade and Nia Jax would be actually a really good storyline. To like get the hate off Nia Jax, I feel like they would have a really good like little feud, even before her and Bianca.
Yeah. I actually worry for WrestleMania because I generally believe they're only going to book 2 matches for the ladies.
Well, I think Becky and Rhea as a banker.
Yeah, but I'm worried because you look at that roster right now, Lana, Dean, and Phil, and it's so good, right? You have like obviously Charlotte's got an injury. There's a few things going on, but you look at like Bianca, Jade, you look at Becky, you look at the roster like Nia Jax. There's so many people there. I generally reckon they're only going to book 2 matches. I don't know they're going to do a triple threat.
I think there's going to be 4. I think there's going to be 4.
Can you actually see that happening this year? Yeah.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, 2 women's title matches, Jade and Bianca, and a tag title match. So 4.
Well,
2 at each.
Speaking of Rumble and stuff, it has been actually confirmed that, well, it's word making round, so don't take it as gospel, but I feel like it's going to be confirmed. Bailey is challenging Io.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it makes sense.
The winner of the chamber is going after Rhea.
Fair.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a women's chamber. I say the rumored names at the moment are Bianca, Becky, Jade. Someone from TNA I feel like could make a surprise.
Yeah, Nia Jax, I suppose, I guess.
And Nia, yeah. We need 6, so Nia could be in there. But I feel like a TNA surprise for the chamber.
Yeah, maybe, but I think I'm just loving that. You mentioned all them names there, right? You mentioned Nia Jax, Becky. That's more appealing to me right now than what's going on with the men's. It really is. It's just
because they know how. I know we're giving out about them booking without belts, but I feel like at the moment there's a certain thing happening where Triple H is looking at what he has and seeing what will make sense. Like he booked the stare down between Jade and Bianca, so that is going to build towards something. It doesn't need titles don't need to be on the line to make a good story.
No.
It just needs to make sense.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, I love it. Jesus, I love breaking news.
I think as well, just going slightly off topic because it's in my head. Tonight, DIY are fighting Judgment Day. I think this is the start of the end of the Judgment Day. I think DIY are going to beat them.
And
but the Judgment Day, like they lose all the time.
Oh, you have the belts on the line today, so.
Oh right, okay.
There's a WWE announcement has come in as well. The first hour of Raw will have no ads, and Bailey and Cody will be in attendance.
Nice.
I hope they announce who they're challenging like fairly soon. Like we all know
Cody announced it at the Rumble. He pointed at Roman and went, "You."
Yeah.
I'd love a Triple H come out and just said we're absolutely fucked. Cody won the Rumble, and CM Punk is injured. Seth Rollins is injured. We are fucked, guys. What are we gonna do?
I think Gunther's going to be in the world title match. I guarantee.
Just call me up. I'm ready to go.
Let's go to a poll, and we're gonna put up a poll right now on WWE.com, and you vote for what you want, But it's Gunther definitely. I think will be involved.
A load of stuff that I know is going to happen in the next few weeks.
Give us your big predictions. I'm gonna ask you the questions. We always say Phil is Dave Meltzer, by the way. So
I have one straight off the bat.
Can I ask you one question first? Is The Rock gonna come back?
Yes, but I think it'll be SummerSlam at this point.
Right. Cool.
Or Saudi, one or the other.
Oh my god.
But
I don't think
the big one for me is Andrade is going to be back with Selena Vega in the next week or two. That's been on SmackDown, I think.
Well, I'm checking it just now, but I think has come up Andrade's WWE status.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's signed anyway, so.
But he got a good pop, to be fair.
But
Yeah.
I think he's on this. He's not with Zelina anyway.
Not yet, but they will be.
I think they're. I think they're going to be on separate rosters.
I'd put him with Charlotte because she's injured, but she was backstage to see her rubbing the oil into him.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
I think there's meant to be a draft after Mania. I think again this year they're doing the draft. I'm not too sure.
I'm over them drafts though. I think them drafts are overrated. Sick of them.
Not unless you do them like the way they did the first day. They're not good.
Yeah.
I've an actual interesting one. Okada, where do we think he's going?
He's WWE.
AEW.
I am actually going to throw a curveball and say TNA.
I'd take TNA over WWE. Okada no, I'm shocked at that.
Like, I think TNA are on a big hiring spree from like the indie scene as well. I think there was a lot of rumors as well of them doing another UK tour and doing Gut Check.
Yeah.
Like, if they do Gut Check again, I am saying 100% Robbie X is either going to be signed on the tour or he's going to go to Gut Check, win Gut Check, and then someone else. I'm hoping it's going to be Raven Creed because I hope TNA get Raven.
Yeah, me too. But what I would say something now, I think you were saying there about I'm going blank one second.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking it was something else.
Andrade?
No.
Oh.
Okada.
Oh yeah, TNA.
Yeah.
So yeah, TNA.
Okada.
They're actually offering the best contracts at the moment in the sense of like the freedom. So like you know you get a TNA contract, you can work the indie scene. They're not as strict. I think they're not as observant with your social media side of things. Obviously, you have to have respect and obey rules and stuff. But I think for the indie scene today, TNA is a great move. And
plus you're only working 2 days a month.
Yeah, and when I had Scott D'Amore on, obviously I mentioned I was on about obviously Irish wrestlers and stuff. And we sat like we were both baffled. There's never been an Irish wrestler. Well, born, obviously, we could mention people that are probably, Irish mom or dad or whatever. But he was saying that like it's coming. He was saying that like he's fully aware of what's out there.
LJ, I am saying 100% isn't going to TNA. I don't want to sound bad. He's going to NXT. Like Aoife's in NXT. I feel like LJ will follow. I know with TNA, I think personally I want to see either Raven Creed or Anita Vaughn go there.
Well, officially the new No Limits Women's Champion.
I saw that. I'm so happy for her.
I just realized this. In the history of Cork wrestling, there's only been 2 women to have ever like 2 women from Cork have, and that's Raven Creed and Anita Vaughn. Yeah. Raven Creed has been the former OTT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
I think technically speaking, if she's only short 1 title to be the Grand Slam Women's Champion in Ireland.
Yeah.
So like places need to start getting her.
They do, but like I know I'm going off topic. Anita Vaughn.
Yeah.
She is absolutely destined for greatness, and I'm off. And I'm yet again. I remember doing Aoife Valkyrie's first ever interview. Me and her. It was 6 years ago, maybe. I can't remember, but I always remember how nervous Aoife was at the start. But I remember just saying to her afterwards, "I goes, you're going to be an absolute star." And she did she was so humble that she didn't want to acknowledge the praise and stuff. She's like, "Oh, hopefully that's the dream and stuff." But I'm telling you, like Raven Creed is sensational. Seth Martinez sensational. Katie Harvey sensational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Debbie Cartel, sensational. Mila G, sensational. Anita Vaughan is sensational, but she's just so dedicated. And I'm being biased because I'm from Cork, but it's just she is so.
I actually didn't know she was from Cork.
She's a Cork girl from Cork City, and she is just she just trains, and even when she's not wrestling, she trains. She's just one of the vastly most improved wrestlers I've ever seen. And she's not at this a long time, guys. It's only a couple of years, but she is really good.
I think with RCW, I was thinking something crazy in my head for next month because there's been teasers being thrown out. Five Marks done an interview with CBL and Bedlam, and they said Ultimate X may be happening in next month. There's some big things planned for next month.
Yeah.
So the Raven Creed, I think Raven Creed versus Owen is something I want to see. I think Raven Creed will win that title at some point.
It's very doable.
I think what would make sense is the Option C get introduced for the Rebel X title, and then Raven Creed wins the Rebel X, and then goes. I just want Raven Creed with a title. So
yeah, no, it's definitely incoming. Like, Lana, you're fully alert of the Irish wrestling scene, and I know you're a big fan of our our local stars here in Ireland. What's your thoughts on Anita, Debbie? Do you know what I mean? Sesh Mock, they're all incredible. Raven Creed, we can mention so many, but isn't it great to see that we have so many female wrestlers? Before we only had one or two, now we've got like 6 or 7, which is great.
I know, it's great. It really just showcases like the talent that's in Ireland, and like we don't have to go so far to get talent. Like the Irish women wrestlers are amazing. And I've been screaming this for years, but they're really, they're great. They're so great. I love watching them. And it's just so good to see them succeed and to see them do so well.
Yeah. And they're a tight bunch as well, to be fair, which is great. But it's it's interesting times, guys. Yet again, we went into depth about the Royal Rumble. Obviously, we mentioned a lot. Obviously, the winners, talking about Jade, obviously Bianca Belair.
What did you all think of KO and Logan?
I love the finish.
Yeah, the finish was mad.
I love it.
I'm annoyed Logan is still champ.
Yeah.
It's more, I don't know, I feel like he's a gimmick in his own right.
Do you think though he's like proving himself?
I've always hated Logan Paul, so hatred.
I think he's an absolute athlete. I think he's very good.
Yeah.
I think he's an all right wrestler. He's
all right. Just thinking of NXT that he would out wrestle for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm being honest. It's just, I think it's more. He's just a brand person. Like WWE signed Logan Paul just so they could get access to unlimited sponsorship from Prime.
But at least he's able to put on a show. Like they could have signed any celebrity they wanted, but at least this man, he puts the work in. Like there's not many people that can go in a ring with Kevin Owens and put on a show. Like it was a decent match, even though I dislike Logan Paul just as much as the next person. However, the man can fucking wrestle.
and he's fucking good.
Like this is it. Like
he is good. Like
I'm gonna throw a controversial opinion. He's a poor man's Ricochet.
Oh my god.
Oh, but listen, to be a poor man's Ricochet is a compliment, Dean.
It is actually.
It is,
Yeah.
Like if you put it this way, right? Ronda Rousey, okay, or Logan Paul, who had a better start? Who was better?
Yeah.
See, Logan got the better start, like better booking at the start, but also he came from a wrestling background already, so like there's a shaky bit there where he's okay in my books, but I also just despise him with a passion.
But look at all these moments. Like there was the selfie, and he jumped off the top rope, and then there was like the clothesline with Ricochet. There was obviously doing shit with Rey Mysterio. There was Money in the Bank in London when he came out and just started talking shit. You know, it's
I think I just rather see him go. I don't want to sound bad, but I think if you start in WWE, I feel like NXT should be our first place to go no matter what.
yeah.
Like I was talking about it recently with someone, and like he knows his wrestling. He works in.
For this kind of thing, I would disagree because all the teenagers love him, and that's what they want.
It doesn't matter. Like
numbers is what always win at the end of the day.
But like in my opinion, would you not want the brand that is seen as a tertiary brand get a small bit bigger? That's what I'm trying to do. Like, that's
I totally get what you're coming from, but for someone like that, there was no way. There's just no way.
Like the rumors of Okada and Julia both starting in NXT. That's a shock. That's a shocker. Like the two of them shouldn't be going to NXT.
I think Okada's more customized to the American style.
But
this is why I don't want Okada anywhere near WWE.
It's like I think everyone that does get signed besides Logan. I think at the moment everyone gets put to NXT straight away.
AJ Styles was the guy that only was.
AJ was the only one that skipped NXT because of working in TNA before.
Yeah,
that
makes sense. Yeah,
I think with TNA you get a better start in the American style. You get the WWE style because former WWE people were there and they worked there. Like you have Eric Young that works there. He's former WWE. But like when it comes to Okada and stuff, they put them in NXT for a reason being to get used to the WWE style. It's not get acclimatized to America. It's to learn the WWE way of wrestling.
Yeah, I love it. I love a good debate, guys. I love a good debate. It's interesting, but listen, it's yet again, there's so much stuff going on. I'm sure we're going to hear more stuff as the week goes on. We've only got about a minute or two left.
All right, just before we go, right? Watch your No Mania main event with Punk out. That's all. Just go for that. What you reckon?
Jade versus Bianca.
Yeah, no, Rhea Ripley is main event. 1000%.
Yeah.
I will say the women's Rumble winner will be night 1 main event. Night 2 is going to be Cody versus Roman. And then the thing to replace Punk, I will put it 100% be Gunther versus someone for him to lose the IC title and immediately challenge Seth.
I saw a rumor today that Roman Reigns is going to have 2 matches. I don't know how true that is.
He will not have 2 matches.
Look at his face. She doesn't like that.
One night 1 and one night and one night 2.
My god, it's literally just after clicking with me. I'm going to Mania. Oh my god, it's literally just after and I am not going to see CM Punk. Stop. No.
Oh shit! What was your first Mania you went to? Is this your first, or have you been to a few?
No, I was in New Orleans and I was there last year.
So New Orleans is my first one as well.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, that was sick. It's a nice little place too. Nice little place too. Yeah, that was surreal. Yeah. So yeah, it's I'm sure.
Sad.
Well, look, Punk might do something. Though. He might come out and screw someone or do something crazy. He might screw Cody.
No. Don't.
Never say never.
They'll keep him off TV. I think they'll keep him off. They won't put him anymore.
If I see Roman Reigns with that title after Mania, I am not watching WWE.
I can see Roman walking out.
I'm glad I don't have Netflix. I'll just say that. When the Netflix deal comes in, WWE's gone out.
Yeah, we normally do a live screening of WrestleMania in the Macau Casino, and the last couple of years has been chock-a-block. But this year we might avoid that because if Roman walks out with that belt, there'll be a fucking riot.
I'll be cheering down the back.
There'll be a fucking riot.
All I could see is if the RTW roster was there, is Owen just with a title belt above his head, being like, "Can I go after him next, there, lads?"
I know, yeah, it could happen. Never say never in the rest of the business. But yeah, again, guys, it's been a fantastic show. We're absolutely honoured and thrilled to have Lana back on with us, and also Dino as well. Matt Murphy is away. I think he's on film production as we speak, so he will be back next week. And Tommy J returns next week as well. We will have Dino and Lana back on. As you say, this is going to be a monthly thing, so the guys will feature a lot over the year. And it's going to be an honor having them on. But yet again, we were left with questions. Some haven't been answered. Is Punk going to be out for 6 months? Is he going to try and rush back for 4 months? How severe is it? What's going to happen with Bailey? Who's going to challenge who? It remains to be seen, guys. But we will catch you all soon. Yet again, do check out all our interviews as well. We've got a number of stuff up the last couple of weeks. Matt Murphy's running our new TikTok page. We have a TNA Impact star on this week for an exclusive interview as well, so do stay tuned for that. We also have an independent star on this week as well. And yet again, the show is brought to you by manscaped.com and the Macau Casino Cork City. There was a lot of people asking, why did we not show the Royal Rumble in the Macau Casino this year? And it was just down to timing, guys, and there was actually a poker tournament on. So the area that we normally do stuff we could not use, so that's the only reason why. But we will be back next week with a brand new show, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do like all our videos and give them a share. But we will catch you very soon, guys. So from myself, from Phil, from Lana, and from Dean O'Leary, we will catch you soon, and stay tuned to Wrestleslam.